recognition of the Week Without Driving, several of us rode the 48 bus from Amherst, just like a third of people do every day. Roughly a third of people rely on public transportation for their daily commute and to get to appointments and for all their basic transportation needs. Unfortunately, our modern American society prioritizes highways and cars. And we came from Amherst. I live in Amherst. It's a place that is difficult to get to, as Elaine said. For most people, there aren't a lot of really good public transportation options there. And for decades, transportation funding has been funneled towards roads and highways at the expense of other modes of transportation that might better meet the public's needs and are certainly better for the environment. So we've seen here in Buffalo, especially, and across the state, how often these highways divide our communities rather than connect them. So as we saw last weekend with catastrophic flooding in western North Carolina and other extreme weather events that have become more and more commonplace, we're dealing with a climate crisis. Transportation is the largest single source of emissions in the United States, causing rising temperatures and increased air pollution. As we move forward as a state, our goal must be to reduce emissions as much as possible and cut down on the vehicle miles traveled. That's why I've introduced legislation that sets a bold but achievable goal of reducing annual vehicle miles traveled, or VMT, by 20% by the year 2050. This would be done by requiring state, county, and town projects that expand highway capacity to demonstrate that the project is aligned with this goal. If the project would increase the overall VMT, the project must offset the increase by including mitigation efforts like expanded public transit opportunities and infrastructure for cyclists and pedestrian traffic. Prioritizing public transit and making it more accessible lessens the number of individual vehicles on our highway. It just makes sense, right? So if 20 people take the bus, and those people would normally drive themselves alone in a car, bless you, that is 20 fewer cars on the highway, creating those harmful emissions. So by making an effort to support and increase accessibility to public transit, our vehicle miles traveled reduction goals are certainly achievable. So during the Week Without Driving, consider leaving your car in the driveway and utilize public transportation. It's an absolutely vital service to meet the basic transportation needs of our neighbors, and it's an effective way to reduce our carbon footprint and turn the tide in our climate crisis. So thank you again to the members of the Buffalo Transit Riders